Hartford Athletic return home tonight to take on the hottest team in the USL Championship, Miami FC. Tonight's broadcast is presented by Trinity Health of New England. We're live from the Dillon Stadium tonight in Hartford. Chris Whittingham and Devin Kerr on hand for the commentary of this Eastern Conference matchup in the Atlantic Division. Let's get into our Atlantic Division standings and how it looks right now. Miami in third, Hartford in fourth. Both teams battling to stay in the playoff places.
Most teams within the Atlantic Division are actually trending downward, Chris. They're struggling for form right now, but that's not the case for Hartford Athletic and Miami FC. You mentioned 5 games unbeaten for Miami FC. Only bested by San Diego Loyal in the Western Conference, and they're all chasing the Pittsburgh Riverhounds right now, who sit atop the division.
Miami have taken 13 points from their last available 15. Devin, what's been going right for them?
Everything. It's as simple as that. This is a process, truly, in every sense of the word for Miami FC. Was it a slow start? No, it just wasn't the fastest that everybody else wanted it to be. So what have they done? They've stuck to their game plan, slowly gotten some numbers back both in health, international duty, finally have some depth within this team, and they are churning out results left and right.
Now let's get into the starting lineup for this one. Miami only making the one change along the back with Robert Baggio Casira coming in. He'll move to left back, and Janos Luba will push out to right back.
The balance between those two is going to be important with the way that Hartford Athletic like to move quickly in transition, so direct in nature, and also with the width that they use to their ability. Can they bridge that little central zone between Francois and Luba, as well as Ba on the left and Baggio? Of course, the midfield three, De Silva, Palacios, and Akinyoti have been fantastic. Management of Ariel Martinez, also a key component, has kept him nice and fresh this season.
Meanwhile,
down in finite spaces as opposed to the wide open games we've seen in matches past.
notable absences for Hartford Athletic. Their coach, Harry Watling, not on the technical area tonight due to a bout with COVID-19. Derek Dodson picked up a knock in training. He's unavailable for selection. It's Hartford Athletic, and it's Miami FC, and it's next. About ready for a kickoff at Dillon Stadium in Hartford, Connecticut, as Hartford Athletic entertain Miami FC. Miami FC have won 4 out of their last 5. They've won 3 on the trot. And tonight, come to Hartford in the all-orange shirts, going from left to right in this first half, looking to take another victory off of Hartford Athletic. Meanwhile, Hartford arrive off the back of a 2-match away trip. They beat Tampa Bay, but lost last time out to Charleston Battery by 3-1. We're the green and blue tonight, and we'll go from right to left. Matchday referee Matthew Corrigan getting us started. Is Hartford Athletic playing host to Miami FC, and an early chance here. It's in behind, in towards Sebastian Elney there from Barrera, and he's looped it out for a goal kick. There was a little bit of a collision there with Conor Sparrow, the Miami goalkeeper, and in the end, a let-off for Miami FC.
You ready?
Well, I had to be.
Quick little move there by Hartford Athletic. Haven't seen a quick start like that in quite some time.
Legitimate chance for a penalty there for you?
No. No VAR, no replay, no problem. We'll leave it at that. Makes it a lot easier on all of us, right?
Now Miami will attempt to play out from the back. They picked up a second victory on the season against the Tampa Bay Rowdies by 2-1. And a year ago, every victory picked up against the Tampa Bay Rowdies was noteworthy, but both of these sides have them. But Miami's still feeling that it's very much a statement of intent. And the beginning of the turnaround of their season is forced to just get rid there. Paco Craig, good step to win it from Janjigian, pressing forward. And then Miami recovering possession and sliding it back to keeper tonight, Conor Sparrow. Let's lay out the starting lineups in just a moment, but first we should tell you that Hartford Athletics' next home match will be right here at Dillon Stadium on August the 4th at 7 p.m. It's Hartford's first $2 beer, $1 hot dog night of the season. You can go to hartfordathletic.com for tickets and more information. It's now Miami trying to press Hartford high. I think we'll see this at both ends. Hartford tonight without coach Harry Watling due to a bout with COVID-19. His assistant, John Stead, also falling to it instead. Hartford had a rather lengthy travel day returning back from Charleston. Harry Watling telling us that didn't really feel good. It was just a bit of jet lag, bit of a long travel day, but he got tested just in case, and in the end proved to be a positive. So Luis Silva, who is the technical director in charge of Hartford, actually started the year as part of the coaching staff, moving full-time into the technical role, will take charge tonight. Is now Hartford trying to build out from the back. Tulu. Barrera. Nice build up there from Hartford just to get forward out of some pressure. Now, moving forward from left back, Yunus Boudadi. I was surprised there. We thought he would figure on the right. But he moves to the left to accommodate Alex Lara, moving to right back. It's always going to be something of a makeshift given the changes, but appears to be the disposition at the moment. Now, near the byline, Rogers able to just allow it to be poked out for a corner.
We saw some interesting lineup changes coming in, Chris. Just the fact that, okay, is Boudadi going to bump up into the midfield like we've seen? Can they drop into a 3? Will they play him at right back? It's none of those. He goes all the way to the left side of the field. Really interesting switch for Hartford Athletic.
Barrera lofts it towards the back post. Tulu was tracking, but a fairly straightforward catch there for Conor Sparrow. Joins ahead of the season from the Chicago Fire. Now Ariel Martinez, who will be listed as the number 9, but given the position he just received the ball in, is given license to drift all over. Now Baggio Casira. Play it in behind and towards Othello Ba. Byline there, but poked out by Lara, who is back doing the covering defending. And it will be another corner, this time down the other end. Download the official Hartford Athletic mobile app presented by J Restaurant, available for Apple and Android phones. It's one stop for all things Hartford Athletic. And the easiest way to manage your tickets, go to hartfordathletic.com/app.
Chris, you like the orange jerseys?
I do.
Same.
Grew up a Miami boy, and so a lot of my favorite teams
resonates with you.
Yeah,
There
a lot
you
of
go.
my teams wear orange. I always enjoy when the Dolphins wear an orange jersey, so I'm quite a fan of these kits. It will be Pierre Da Silva to whip a corner to the penalty area. And it'll come all the way through here. Still an opportunity for Cristiano Francois, lofted in towards that near post. That was a dangerous punch out there from Caldwell as some pressure was arriving to the heart of that penalty area. And now Hartford looks like they could break. An opportunity for Preston Tabor-Itaka. Plenty of Miami FC defenders back covering, but can he do something on his own? He tries a strike and at the very least forces a corner. He was on an island, but doing well to win a set piece. Tabor-Itaka, it will be a corner down that right side.
Almost felt like he was going to get knocked down in the middle of the field as he did spring through this back line. And then with that little twist, great closure on the defensive front by Miami FC. What a recovery here, because he's got daylight, Chris. Miles to run into, but coming all the way back, Othello Ba to help out. Good recovery by Robert Baggio. And then Janos Schluba to help out as well.
Another opportunity for Barreto from the corner. Ba doing a tremendous job just to get back there and force Tabor-Itaka into a poorly angled shot. It's a little bit of a set piece routine. Will come through here. It's driven towards goal by Cedeno. Well saved there by Sparrow. He spilled it, but Miami FC able to defend the subsequent actions. Now here's Tabor-Itaka. Quite an intricate movement there from Hartford to create the chance there from the corner. Tulu. Miami looked like they had won it there for a moment, but it's just rolled kindly there to Tulu. Nice ball backwards there from Hartford to Rogers. Drifting all over. That time Cedeno. Barrera. Try and loft it in into that penalty area. Sparrow out to catch his El Ney. Was tracking it in the air. With that, let's get into our keys to the match. Lobo will try and break forward, but Devin, what are your keys for this one?
For Hartford Athletic, this is a bend, don't stretch type deal here, where Hartford Athletic, they've got a great attack, and we understand that. But their explosive speed, though one of their biggest assets, can also get them into trouble. When they move in transition, they have to move together as one unit. And more importantly, don't overstep yourself. So you bend your movements here and there. Don't overstretch the entirety of this squad, because that's where Miami FC is going to pounce in the space behind. That plays into Miami FC. It's absorption over aggression. They will sit back a little bit more than we've seen in matches past. This team very tactile on the ball, Chris. They will go side to side. Patience is something that's very important to them. Though they've got a lot of speed of their own, they'll sit back, absorb a lot of pressure, and then pounce on the space that was just occupied by the opposition.
And our keys to the game are presented by the Hoffman Auto Group, as Ba was on it there over by that corner, was appealing towards the referee, and it might be a corner, but instead it's awarded as a goal kick, or perhaps even a free kick Ba was asking for. Now Hartford forward to the Belgian Boudadi. Often in behind, in towards El Ney. Trying to ride the challenge there. Baggio Casita, and referee awarding a free kick. Hartford Athletic would like to thank our founding partner, Trinity Health of New England. Thank you to all the incredible healthcare heroes in our community who have worked tirelessly and selflessly during the COVID-19 pandemic. It's poked away for a throw into Hartford down the near side. Hartford won the first meeting between these two clubs. This year they'll play 4 times. Now towards that byline. It will be a goal kick. It's unable to keep it in play there.
One of the luxuries that you do get in this squad quiz for Hartford Athletic is the fear of the unknown of sorts coming in. I mentioned, what are they really at this point in time? And Harry Rotling admitted that they have a vision, they have an idea and an understanding of what they're trying to do, for better or for worse, even with the comments around the league, and I respect that highly. There's a lot of versatility within that vision. And so the tactics in terms of shape, as they shift, a lot of guys that are more than willing and capable of stepping out of that comfort zone, if you will. So you have a guy like Arthur Rogers, who's on the interior right now, helping out Christian Gomez and Danny Barrera. But he can slide out into the midfielder role and then help out defensively on the back line. Danny Barrera can bump himself up high. We all know that. But Tabor Ditaka, Jasil Cedeno, they can pinch inside. So many different pieces to this attack moving forward. Defensively, can they do the same duties tonight?
Yunus Budati laying it off here with Rogers. Engaging defenders and whipping across, and Barrera got a header away. Remarkable, given his lack of height in that box. It was straight at Sparrow, who handles cleanly. Baggio Casita. A couple of players arriving there just to press in the direction there of Martinez, and it's one back there by Gomez. You can see Tabor Ditaka wasn't quite making a run for Gomez, and the Venezuelan frustrated. And Miami looking to break down the other end, and it's just bent beyond and behind Ba. Now for a throw.
They will need to keep an eye on the De Silva-Martinez relationship, but how about the one that has been cultivated in the opening 15 minutes here? The movement by Budati to left back. Beautiful ball floated in off that right foot of his. Danny Barrera, not exactly known for the vertical threat at just 5'7". Great little push off the back of Paco Craig that he gets away with. And the Englishman's kind of lobbying for a little bit of help there.
Here is Gomez, going ahead of the season from Mineros de Guayana in Venezuela. The idea of the interchange there for Budati and Tabor Ditaka, but didn't quite come off. And now, a full stretch here, Francois. Tabor Ditaka's plenty of pace, though, to correspond and track back. Threw a shoulder in to win it back for Hartford.
There's that space I talked about, Chris. When Budati starts to go and Tabor Ditaka coming back to help out. Cheetah and Cristiano Francois flies up and down the wing, and the balance between the two as Tabor Ditaka goes high. Not an issue at this point in time. Really well worked back by the boy up top.
Now, head out to the right side. Barrera. They want to get his head up to play across. Things at several occasions. Now line up an effort, and it's towards goal. Well handled there by Sparrow. He was behind it. You can see Barrera assessing all kinds of options, but elected to strike towards goal.
No one's going to step into it. Just have a crack. Might as well keep Cano Sparrow honest on that back line of his. He's been active so far, literally since the first moment. And this is what you expect to see out of Miami FC on the road against a team like Hartford Athletic, where the ability to build. A great team-worked goal against the Tampa Bay Rowdies a couple matches back, where it's the side-to-side, the vision to understand that this is going to take literally a village at certain points in time. It's far different than what we saw early this season. I think it was a one-prong attack that now you have so many different options moving back front.
Midline Chiropractic, the official chiropractor of Hartford Athletic, offering athletics, rehab, and sports-specific training. Midline is aligned with your health and centered on your well-being. Visit midline.com today. That's MIDLIGN.com. Play from Jeff Caldwell. A pair of goalkeepers tonight for either side, who last year in MLS as a backup, now getting a chance to be regulars in the USL Championship. Still at a point in their careers where if they impress enough, they can get continual bumps up. Just looking for domestic keepers, MLS. Coming together on the far side between Ba and Lara, the referee favoring the Hartford right back. Tonight's virtual walkout kids presented by Hartford is Avon Soccer Club. Be sure to check out our group experience pages to participate as a virtual walkout team in 2021 that is presented by the Hartford. Janjigian. Chant is, "Come on, you boys in green." Hartford looking to take advantage of their home field advantage here at Dillon Stadium. 2 wins, 2 draws, and the 1 loss so far at this ground. One of those 2 wins was a 7-0 over the New York Red Bulls 2. It's been a fun night out for the fans here. Gomez. Trying to interchange their Cedeno with a nice 1-2. Now slid out to the right-hand side. Lara coming forward. He just tries to send it towards that penalty area. He's almost probably expecting to be caught there. He skied it into the stand. Out for a goal kick. Hartford Athletic would like to thank Nuovo Pasta, Kinetic Care, Stop and Shop, and Citizens Bank for supporting our Goals for Meals program. For every Hartford Athletic goal scored this year, these partners will donate meals to Food Share Connecticut. Sparrow. They've not really had too much control of the ball, lengthy build-ups. Casita just keeping it played down that far side. Yada trying to intervene. A little flick of it back from Cedeno, who earns his first start of this season and his first ever USL start, or rather USL start for Hartford. Native of Guayaquil in Ecuador. Is in a bright spot early goings. It's lofted into the penalty area, headed away there from Luba. And out for a corner to Hartford Athletic. It'll be Rogers over to take the corner, one of 3 players in the Hartford side who started each and every match. It will be a Bank of America corner. Rogers towards the back post. It was Tulu, but rather easily away there from Paco Craig. Hartford will keep possession. They've been on the front foot here in the early going. Maybe more than 64% of the ball here as it's in towards Tulu again. He's just gone over his head and he'll track back to his central defensive position as Rogers tries to harry Francois.
Still having a bit of trouble building through Danny Barrera, though. Well done to step on it for sure, Chris, and start to move this thing side to side. But their playmaker wearing the 10 in the 10 spot on the inside hasn't exactly seen the ball so far as we approach the 20-minute mark. Interesting how both have really slowed this game down. Not to a halt by any sorts, but notice for Hartford Athletic that they look for him, can't find, then almost resorting to these quick direct movements. And actually expect to see a bit more patience from them in order to have success.
Now Francois, the Haitian who was recently named into the USL Championship Team of the Week for his performance against Loudoun United. Martinez is drifting all over. He's picked up a pocket of space here in the penalty area. Tries to get the cross away. It did not come off a Miami player last. Martinez able to have it come off of Tulu and out for the corner.
It's a quality tackle on the tail end of this, though, and maybe a bit unlucky that they don't point to the top of the 6-yard box and a goal kick for Hartford Athletic. And again, both defenses recovering nicely. Don't necessarily like how they've let the space open up, but the recognition that there is conflict.
Corner is whipped in. The header is wide there. But popping out of there from the orange shirts. Decent bit of contact here as the corner was met there by Callum Chapman-Page.
Just a bit surprising that the ball even falls, to be fair. Tulu nice and high there. Another one of the opportunities that have just sort of opened up, and by no means have we seen a lot of chances or direct. But when they have, it's these little half windows, Chris. Everybody just hoping that they can get a chance off, as opposed to the quality we've seen from both of these squads over the course of the season.
Nearly worked neatly there by Cedeno and Barrera. And now, chance here for Miami to come forward through Othello Ba. He's gotten around a couple. It's a good bit of low service, but no one there. Martinez picking it up out the other side. The 35-year-old Cuban. Loba. And now Miami, both center backs up into the Hartford half. Here's Craig. But quite a journey to come back to the United States. Is playing in England. Wickham and at QPR. Decided to sign for Miami, but had to fly through London to Amsterdam to Paris to Warsaw to go to the American Embassy in Poland so he can get a visa to come to the United States. It was
Did you follow on social?
Quite an ordeal.
It was interesting, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Exhausting from my end. I wasn't even the one traveling.
But in the end, he wanted to come to Miami, and he's here now. As Miami continue their run of possession here through Bolu Akinyode. Drew quite the plaudits from the Miami FC manager Paul Dalglish. He signed. They're looking for a certain profile for that central midfield area. Dalglish said quite simply, there is not a player like him in the USL. Doing all the things that they want out of a central midfield player. Went out, actually paid a fee to bring him in from Birmingham Legion. Slid behind towards Ba. Now for a goal kick. Hartford Athletic would like to thank our founding partner, Travelers. Thanks to Travelers, presenting partner of our Community Champion program. Children from underserved communities throughout Greater Hartford are able to come to the matches free of charge. Barrera now wants to play it behind towards Elney, and Sparrow was alert to the danger. Knew exactly what he had to do. Was onto it in a flash.
Little reincarnation of Fabian Barthez. Traveling goalkeeper well off his line there, Connor Sparrow. There is a comfortability within this Miami FC squad that really is unmatched within the league so far, and definitely very different than what we saw in the 2020 campaign for the South Florida boys. I really respected the words from Paul Dalglish, Chris. We were talking about it, how he felt like the biggest area of growth for him as a coach and within the organization has been to move away from those knee-jerk reactions. You know, the lightning strikes and all of a sudden you have to make a change. That was probably one of the bigger downfalls for him. You know, stepping back in after being in the front office at the end of last season, taking the helm, where something would go right or wrong and they would immediately try and change for the better or worse. This season, very different. They've really stuck to the plan that they put in place earlier this season, and though there have been growing pains for sure, now it's finally paying its dividends, right? He equated it to sort of what a golf swing is like. You change your grip, you tweak your swing a little bit. It's going to get worse before it gets better, and that's definitely the case here for Miami FC over the past couple of games.
It's going to be a goal kick as it came off of Yunus Budadi last. He appealing towards the Referee, we can see some fans here in the shot not pleased with the judgment there from Matthew Corrigan.
Behind the scenes, Pierre da Silva has gone down. There's a cause there, but it did look like it took a touch here. Catches his left foot a little bit, and he got a good shot for it, right?
And as you mentioned, Devin, alarm bells here as Pierre da Silva has gone down. The Miami leader in assists on this campaign. He's got 4. His right foot being examined there. And this match is brought to you by Afterkick. Thank you to all of our Business Alliance members. Tonight's Business Alliance members of the match are JCJ Architecture and Lockton Companies.
And the problem you run into here isn't necessarily that you don't have a player that can step into the Silva's spot. You can drop Ariel Martinez into that. The problem you run into is it changes the dynamic of this team because of the relationship that is Ariel Martinez and Pierre da Silva. If he has to step off here, you could bring Adonijah Reed, drop him right on that front line. But when you retreat, Ariel Martinez has to cover a lot more ground, a little bit longer in the tooth for the Cuban. Dalglish very adamant that they have to be careful with the amount of minutes and the way that they use him. And so in his role, almost places a false 9 for Miami FC. And da Silva recognizes that he'll step up into that space that's been vacated by the striker. Martinez can hold down the forward in the middle. They play off each other quite nicely. And then, of course, you still have the speed from the outside crashing in and Francois Mba. Now, the latter portion of that argument still reigns true for sure with the addition of a new player to the problem that is the attack right now. The hopes is that da Silva can continue on. But the form that they're in right now, you would hate to see that disrupted 27 minutes into this match on the road.
Da Silva will continue to receive treatment. Dalglish is having a couple of words with his players, including Ariel Martinez. Janos Luba. Craig trying to go route 1 over the top towards Francois. Put some pressure there on Tulu. Now knotted down here from Ba for Martinez. Good defending there from Gomez in the middle. Has gone out for a throw in to Miami. Walgreens is proud to sponsor Hartford Athletic. Our featured hashtag changemaker for the month of May is Sansire Cicero of Walgreens. Nominate someone making a change in your community, and she could be recognized as a changemaker of the month. Go to hartfordathletic.com/COTM to learn more.
It is quite amazing how much of this game has been played on the outskirts, Chris. Basically the entirety of the middle of the field removed for both of these teams. A bit more in terms of build-up for the visitors, but almost non-existent for Hartford Athletic.
As da Silva gets waved on, but Ba had played it out of play. Not sure if Ba was distracted there by the referee waving the number 98 on. Slid here in towards Elney. Barrera dispossessed there on the challenge from Albert Baggio Casira. Nice feet there. Barrera around 1. He's gone down edge of the penalty, and the referee will indeed award a free kick. Barrera caught there. Palacios going to have a quick word with the referee as he wasn't entirely convinced, but it will be a free kick to Hartford.
Everybody's going to look at the last part of this movement, but it's this little touch right here as he pulls, right there. You know, the arm extended across the body. Is there much to it? No, but it is right in front of the referee. Hand caught in the cookie jar. AR just trailing behind, and the initial contact too, Chris. And now, this is always a fun one for me when it comes to Hartford Athletic. That gray area at the far side of the elbow, at the top of the 18, quality from a set-piece situation, of course. And for the goalkeeper, you're looking at Connor Sparrow. Probably drops 2 into the wall, possibly 3. But from this distance and that angle, you have to be so weary that you don't get picked off on the near post. At the same point in time, a lot of height for Hartford Athletic. If they want to go the vertical route, put one up and let the big boys go get it.
Barrera and Arthur Rogers are over the free kick. Cross or a strike towards goal. It is Barrera with a hit. It goes right into the wall. Now on the follow, just volleys it into the penalty area, and it's turned in. Hartford in front, and it's Alex Lara who will claim it. His second goal for the club, his first in 2021, and on the half hour, Hartford lead the hottest team in the league, Miami FC.
You wonder in games like this, when nobody's willing to make a mistake, if it's just an ill-timed touch, just sent back in, and this little flick on the back post. The line doesn't come high. Everybody starts to drift, but they don't come together as one unit. Just a sea of green on the back post. So much movement on the back line. Alex Lara, would he play on the left or the right? Where would Budati be? From set-piece situations, it doesn't matter. There is some of the height. Doesn't need it here. Just a quick little redirect to put his team out in front.
It's Alex Lara. We should say good composure from Barrera just to not hack it towards goal after his initial effort went into the wall. And he will pick up another assist. 6th on the year. He's one of USL's leaders in the category. There's now Tabor Itaka. Needs to make a double here for Hartford. A couple of collisions there with Chapman Page. Tabor Itaka whistle for the foul there.
Be lucky number 38 for Danny Barrera at times. Michael Chang, 3rd all-time for USL Championship in terms of assists. Just 2 behind Phoenix Rising, Solomon Asante, and of course everybody chasing King Kenny, Bernardo Forbes of the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. It is interesting with Danny Barrera, and you and I were talking about it coming into the match. Watching the eye test, he's not necessarily someone that's going to blow you off the charts, right? He's there, he's consistent, step above vanilla, but most importantly, there's a composure about him at times like that where, to your point, doesn't put his head down, put his laces on it. He's smart. Head up, recognizes that he's got a presence on the back post. Now, trust me, it is a mistake by Miami FC at the back line. If they all move quicker, it's an offside position. And if they all step back, you've got more coverage. Neither happened. But Danny Barrera recognizes that. He understands all you have to do is give yourself an opportunity to succeed. Any one of the runners on the back post could have stepped into it. It just so happened to be Alex Lara.
Akinyode. It's a sliding challenge here, and now Elney trying to keep it in play, but he did not. The judgment of the assistant. And it will be a throw-in to Miami. J Restaurant is proud to sponsor Hartford Athletic and support them as well. Visit J Restaurant located at 297 Washington Street in Hartford for their special Hartford Athletic Booznanza drink. Get your game day ticket and receive 10% off your entire order. J Restaurant is proud to support Hartford Athletic. Now Gomez. Budati able to win it ahead of Luba. Barrera, lovely, calm touch. Trying to play it into Tabor Itaka, but Craig was there. Good covering defending there as Barrera just took the sting out of it on that little through ball. Better first touch. Martinez. Not too much of it there, but he was pulled initially. According to Matthew Corrigan, it'll be a free kick.
The flat shape that is Hartford Athletic. Christian Gomez, Arthur Rogers, Jasil Cedeno just dropping into a more predictable line in the midfield with Danny Barrera just in front. But what's interesting, more importantly, is Sebastian Elney and Tabor Itaka and their understanding that they're going to have to drop deeper. Very impressed defensively by this team and the fact that they are able to remain so compact. 35 minutes in, neither one of these teams having a lot of success right down the middle, Chris. And though from a second chance off a restart, taking their chances, Hartford Athletic. Different look defensively. I said coming in, they had to be oh so careful. They didn't overstretch themselves, just bend here and there, and they've done it so far.
And it will be Da Silva to send the cross in, punched away there from Caldwell. That's not a great deal to do. A couple of aerial balls has come up strong. The big punch. AARP Connecticut is proud to support Hartford Athletic and welcomes fans to visit aarp.org/CT events to learn more about upcoming virtual events. Our events are fun, informational, and free to people of all ages. That's aarp.org/CT events. Now Ba coming central and able to keep it for Miami. Lofted out towards there of Tabor Itaka. Now Martinez. Showed earlier that Da Silva came off with a little bit of an injury. He's carrying on here, but we've just been told he is going to be taken off as a first half sub as it crosses in. It's spilled there from Caldwell, and the follow from Martinez with his weaker right foot, unable to direct it on target. It's gone wide. And it's a big miss there for Miami FC as they could have pounced on the chance for Martinez.
Great ball whipped into the near post and well read by Jeff Caldwell. You don't want to say it's shocking that it doesn't end up on frame. As you mentioned, not the dominant side for Ariel Martinez. Still, you expect better from that spot.
Hartford following the let off there. Will come forward through Arthur Rogers. Yunus Boudadi. Came through the youth system at Club Brugge in Belgium. Now Rogers in plenty of space has a crack from 25 yards out. Could have kept going as he was afforded his fair bit of room. And now here is the change. Imagine probably one of the first 99 from 98 substitutions in footballing history, as Jashawn Anglin will enter, the 20-year-old Jamaican who did not join his fellow Jamaicans in this squad at the Gold Cup. Devin Williams and Lamar Walker are there. Anglin staying behind, although he has played 3 times for the Jamaican national team, the Reggae Boys. And that substitution is brought to you by 4G Recycling. Tulu. Just about managing to keep it in play there. Hartford and now Tabor Itaka at full stretch here. Sparrow under pressure. His nice easy ball out though to Palacios. Siak and Yode a bit more advanced following the substitution. See Anglin just dropping into the base of that midfield at the moment. Martinez retreating with him. Trying to dictate the game, and it's poorly given away though by Palacios, and a lovely touch away from pressure there by Barrera. It's going to be a free kick to Hartford Athletic. As Hartford and Danny Barrera, not for the first time, just leaving Palacios behind him and winning a free kick.
More importantly for Miami FC, how quickly can they regain shape here with the departure of Pierre da Silva? Danny Barrera is going to pick it up real quick, and he'll pounce on it, Chris. He will take full advantage of the next 7 minutes and change before the dressing room. Dalglish just trying to get to halftime with hopes that Pierre da Silva would have been able to make it in. Not just for the fact that they have to use an untimed substitution window, more importantly, the direction that needs to be given for the guys on the interior. Ariel Martinez has not dropped deep. They've stayed with Palacios, Englund, and Akinyoti. But it's gone more flat than the pyramid that we saw in the 30 minutes plus for Pierre da Silva.
Lada pops up in a good space on that right, trying to pick out Elney in the penalty area, but well cut out there at the near post. But Barrera has won it back, bossing the game at the moment. Able to pick out that next pass. And Martinez can emerge with it. Will overcooks it there towards Francois. Hartford Athletic would like to extend a special thanks to our partners Jim Beam Bourbon and Hornitos Plata Tequila. Gomez. Lofted in behind. Well headed down there by Tabor Itaka to stand himself in good stead, but defending there from Banjo Casiro, backtracking. Boots it away for a corner.
It's pretty fair to say that in terms of speed, Miami FC haven't exactly kept up with these movements for Hartford Athletic. Good explosion of speed right there on the front line for the boys in green, and good recognition coming off the back line and out of the middle as well to test them. Both Chapman Page and Paco Craig very active. They understand that they're trying to work slowly from their own side of the field all the way forward. Paul Dalglish said this team, it's a full effort now. No longer is it this one and done type thing going forward, but at the same point in time, as you move, you do leave a lot of space in behind, and the recovery, very fortunate to be there so far for Miami FC.
And it is a Bank of America corner for Barrera to take. He's already got the one assist on the night. Make it two here on the corners. It's sent high through the area. Francois will play it out the other side. Now Tabor Itaka, you can just see on a couple of occasions, Hartford just flat out showing more endeavor to get to the ball. Good effort there from Tabor Itaka just to keep it in play. It's in towards Elney, but always going to be catching practice for Connor Sparrow. He certainly is playing with urgency when he starts the build-up, but maybe when they get the ball, just allow their opposition to get back into shape. As Luba trying to pounce forward, a good challenge in there from Gomez. Recovered by Cristiano Francois. Let's see, Martinez just goes buzzing around, playing one-touch passes. Janjigian stepping to win it back, and he's won it cleanly. Gomez. Nice win there from Akinyoti.
He slowly started to take over that bruiser in the midfield of the Bulldog for Miami FC. They're playing a more advanced role as the first half has gone on. One of the issues Miami FC has had, Chris, over the course of their season is they had to adjust so many times, but it was from game to game, wasn't necessarily within a match. How do you recover when you've got a guy on a hot streak like Pierre da Silva, your set piece taker, one of the great leaders from the inside and a playmaker for sure. His departure, who could step up into that role? You thought maybe it might be Ariel Martinez actually dropping back into it. So far, Akinyoti carrying the brunt of that argument.
It's going to be a free kick here for Miami as Lada was defending on the touchline. Put in the challenge that merits the free kick, which Martinez will take with a couple of minutes remaining. And here is left-footed delivery. Will come through here for Francois out the other side of the box. Sends it low and through. Well cut out there by Tulu in the heart of that penalty area. Miami now go again. Luba headed towards goal, and easy work for Jeff Caldwell. Hartford Athletic is proud to partner with CLA, creating opportunities through your organization's entire life cycle by providing a seamless suite of services in wealth management, advisory, outsourcing, audit, tax, and consulting. Learn more at cla.connect.com. Hartford will play out from the back without a couple of key figures tonight. one key player in the shape of Derek Dotson is Boudadi has to come off his face. No Coach Harry Watling and no Derek Dotson, but 1-0 as we approach halftime as Barrera looked like he stripped Martinez of it cleanly, but referee thinks it's a free kick.
Direction removed from both of those arguments. Of course, Harry Watling, the ability to lead from the sideline, provide the appropriate direction for his squad moving forward on their lead right now. And of course, for Derek Dotson, the loanee, pretty quality collegiate player coming out of Georgetown, their national championship winning squad. It's an interesting one. Does provide a lot of pace, though the technical ability still a work in progress at this point in time. Just hope he's okay picking up that knock. Hartford Athletic dealing with those rotating pieces as well as international duties.
Martinez lofts it through. Plenty of bodies in there charging onto his Francois, but good clearing defending there just to get rid. As we are into stoppage time. Minimum of 3 minutes added on in Rignall Vineyards stoppage time. Martinez. Played there for Francois, but he picks it up anyway off the deflection. Now Akinyode into Othello Ba. Closed down by 2, but still trying to carry on. Tried to go through Lara. Just gave the ball away.
Just notice how compact the home squad is. Even as you start to work towards the far side of the field, at some point in time, when you get into these situations, you're going to have to beat a player. The way the match is going, Hartford Athletic recognize where the threats are, and as they start to try and pull you out of position, shifting from here to there, sometimes it's the 5-yard ball. You work all the way across the back line. It is slow in nature, though, and so it's easy for the back line to recover. And then the midfielders doing a good job closing down the space as well. One-on-one right now for Miami FC is where they're struggling. You get down to the byline, want to cut this back, you're going to have to beat someone like Tulu. Janjigian doing good job covering the backside of Boudadi. As mentioned, the midfield flattens itself out. Danny Barrera provides help. Very compact from Hartford Athletic so far.
And it'll be Martinez with another set-piece opportunity here for Miami to draw level before the break. They just didn't quite catch it, but Akinyode will settle it here. Tries to play it out wide, but deflects here. Lifted into the penalty area. Ba's cross is caught there by Craig. And well handled there by Jeff Caldwell. Be sure to share your Matchday Smiles. Take a photo in your Hartford Athletic gear with the hashtag MatchdaySmiles and tag @DeltaDental to be entered in the contest to win a VIP experience at Dillon Stadium. Headed away. Boudadi.
Chris, are you surprised at the tempo of the half?
It's slowed down a bit, hasn't it?
It's definitely slowed down, and the fact that it's slow isn't necessarily the concern for me. I expected it to be a bit more lopsided from one team as opposed to both, right? And you remove certain pieces in terms of, okay, we're going to put this matchup here, we're going to pull De Silva off due to injury. It's almost come to a halt.
Now Ba. Bit of a shoulder-to-shoulder there, but it's a bit more than that. The judgment of the referee. Corrigan awarding a free kick here to Miami. A fairly dangerous area shortly after the minimum of 3 passed. We'll get one more go at it here from a set piece here, Miami.
This would have been the wondrous left foot of Pierre De Silva. Instead, Ariel Martinez. Fancy a go from here. Can you find Paco Craig or Callan Chapman-Page? Callan Chapman-Page, actually one of the mythological hot hands, the first player on Miami FC to actually bag more than 1 goal on the season, believe it or not, from their defender. Was one of the Achilles heels for this team, who have seemingly been able to bag goals left and right over the past 5 matches.
Martinez lost it, and Craig was in there. It's punched away from Caldwell. Now Ba, and there is the halftime whistle from referee Matthew Corrigan. Hartford in front from the set piece. Barrera able to pick out Alex Lara for his first goal of the year, and Hartford in front at the break.
Slow and steady wins the race right now for Hartford Athletic. They've got an understanding defensively of when to sit and when to go, not springing that attack by any means. Interesting to note for Miami FC, it's the first time all season they have approached halftime behind. +9 goal differential. They have never trailed at halftime through 14 games. The 15th one with 45 minutes to go. New experience, same result, only time will tell.
And it is Miami trailing at the break for the first time in 2021 to this goal from Alex Lara. We'll bring you highlights and more from around the USL in just a moment.
They say revenge is a dish, best served goal. Shisu, the dish, week 14 in honor of China, currently leading the Olympics. 4 medals, 3 golds. At the top, you know who's not at the top? San Antonio FC. Winless in 7 games, no longer. Jose goes, ball back across. They just took down one of the best offenses in the entire USL Championship, Colorado Springs. Let's take down one of the best defenses. Square ball back across. Let's repay the favor. Cam Lindley, Gallegos, salsa, flamenco, dancing lessons being given out left and right. The problem is you can't get megged. No gold for New Mexico United. Golden child, that is Jose Gallegos, has a goal and 2 assists. That is your player of the match. Back-to-back victories. Something seems right in the Mountain Division, though nothing is right because 6 points separate first and sixth. Go figure that one out. I'm not a math major, but it sounds bad to me. Hugh, Alexander, Dixon, lottery. Just goes by Alex Dixon these days. The return of the Rochester Rhino to the River Rhinos and Bob Lilly out in front 1-0. Pittsburgh Riverhounds have reassumed their position at the helm in the Atlantic Division during hurricane season, mind you. 27 points, 4 unbeaten, 3 points ahead of Tampa Bay Rowdies. They do have 2 games in hand, though. They win 3-1. The Triangle Derby. Zico Lewis. Don't give him space. Don't give him time. Don't give him both. But when you do, watch out, because DeQ Daly runs on the back post and sticks this in the inside. Cheers. Brandon Miller started off strong. Now he's here. Not a good look for the goalkeeper. I think the headband was a little bit too tight. Fast forward, up 1-0. Insult to injury. Kuzminski, the goalkeeper. Ball up over the top. Is he going to get an assist? Joel Bontang, the loanee. Just kidding. That's local boy who does well. Joel Bunting. High school, college, pro. Goals at every level. They win 2-0. No Dane Kelly. Problems. Colorado Springs, Louisville City. Marquee matchup of Friday night. Let's get it. Lose City up. Very good. No, Yes, Jonathan Gomez, 5th assist on the season. Check the 1-2. Distribution by Kyle Gregg. Finish off by, yes, on the backside by Louisville City. How long does Jonathan Gomez stay in this league, by the way? Chris Whittingham sitting right next to me. He has no idea. He's shaking his head. Oh, I'm sorry. He's shaking his head at the fact that nobody steps in defensively, and the goalkeeper lets it hit him. Not even a save. Bounces off to him. Great recovery by Colorado Springs. Finally get a point. See you around the corner. Highlights and stats.
I am a first-generation student here at Bellevue University. I feel like if I were to have gone to a different university, my experience would have been a lot more stressful and overwhelming, because I feel like I wouldn't have gotten that personal experience that Bellevue University has to offer.
The 18, the Marcus Sargent goes to his left. Hard strike, and it's in the net. 2-1 Oakland.
Blanchett, another massive stop. Shoots, deflected, and a big save from Rawls. As Asante takes this on. Oh, that's a tremendous goal from Solo.
Hartford Athletic leading Miami FC at the break by a 0-0. Chris Whittingham and Devin Kerr, who is catching his breath following that round of highlights there. And Devin, let's go ahead and get stuck into our news and notes from around the USL Championship. Had the league meetings this week and some quite noteworthy takeaways from the meetings in San Antonio. Your player of the week is Solomon Asante, a goal and 3 assists, and conveniently he features in the next ESPN matchup. ESPN2, they'll take on Oakland Roots on August the 4th.
That's going to be a fun one. A little delay in that timeline, but better late than never, right? Newsflash. Go watch the New Mexico United release tonight. That's not in the news and notes.
Ooh.
I'm giving you a shout right now. Big news coming out of Albuquerque and the Lab in Isotopes Park.
Wow.
Spoiler alert.
You're just going to tease it? You're not going to tell us what the news is?
I've been told if I want to get paid for the game, I better not spill it.
Okay.
So that's
all right.
where we're
Fair
at
enough.
right now.
Fair enough. Let's go to take a look at where we entered the night. Hartford with the victory. If they hold on to all 3 points, we'll go level with Miami FC with 3 games in hand.
It's been the strangest Atlantic Division over the past couple of weeks. It seems like most people are down, right? But Charleston Battery finally get 2 wins in a row. Okay, they're sort of on the up and up. Miami FC, 5 unbeaten. Hartford Athletic, I loved what Harry Watling said, because even though people question what they've done, he puts them at, what did he say, a 4, a 5 so far?
Yeah.
In terms of overall performance. So the fact that they're sitting where they're at right now, and the ability to climb, and games in hand, gives you an idea of what they're capable of in theory. if they've struggled so far and still they're right there, everybody else around them dealing with the same sort of things and they've played more games, good on Hartford Athletic to be right where they need to be.
And Hartford would be 4 points off of Pittsburgh with 3 games in hand as well. So they can very much set their sights on the top of the division for a second straight year. They won the group last year in the group edition of the USL Championship, now looking to climb up the table in the Atlantic Division. Hartford leading Miami FC at the break by a 1-0. We come back to bring you first half highlights and second half kickoff.
Hey, want a beer?
Young man, say aye to the blandest lager in all the kingdom.
It's the beer that everyone else is drinking.
Heavy and full-bodied, just like me.
How about a Beam & Ginger highball instead?
Yeah, definitely. Much better.
We don't just protect things. We help protect the life you've built around them. Travelers, it's better under the umbrella.
Hartford Athletic and Miami FC just a couple minutes away from the return of action to this one. Hartford leading at the break by a 1-0 through a goal from Alex Lara. And with that, let's get into our first half highlights. Chris Whittingham and Devin Kerr here. And Devin, let's start with the goal. Barrera's initial effort going into the wall, then lofted back in for 1-0.
Smartly done. Don't need highlight reel here, just smart footballing IQ from Danny Barrera. 38th regular season assist, that ties him for 3rd all time. Just stick it in the mixer. Put it in the danger area, let somebody go get it. That somebody happens to be Alex Lara on his first goal in the season as he reaches double-digit appearances for a club. Miami FC bounced back a little bit here. Ariel Martinez, still expect better. No, it is not on the strong foot, but 7 yards out. Figure you could at least put it on frame. One shot on target. It's a generous one, too, just before halftime for Miami FC. This thing slowed to a halt. Want to see what sort of shape they're able to take advantage of, because with the addition of Jashawn England into the midfield, the departure of Pierre da Silva, it did slow painstakingly at certain points in time. Flatten out a little bit here. They did not take advantage of Cristiano Francois or Othelaba. Don't take anything away from Hartford Athletic, by the way, who have been very calculated with Boudadi and Alex Lara on the back line. They have not sent them as much as we've seen in matches past, really relied on the long balls up over the top and then everybody trails underneath to hold a higher line defensively.
And Hartford Athletic did well defensively in the last 20 minutes of that first half. Towards the beginning, they were actually dominating possession, but by the end, Miami, with that category in their favor, 56-44. But that 3 in midfield kind of flattened out with Da Silva. They don't have that out-and-out number 10 in there.
No, and when you start to pull Martinez big deeper, it almost turns into a diamond at times, right? With him spearheading that attack. But you lose the presence up top. Without that exposure, where do you turn? Well, now you're looking at long balls or diagonals moving away from goal down into the corner. It's great that you can use Francois and Ba in those areas, but they'll outrun their support, turn and go, okay, we don't have anybody on the inside. So you have to find a way to keep those groups together as they move forward offensively.
And we are about ready for the second half here. Miami in the yellow-orange going from right to left. Hartford Athletic in the green and blue, going from left to right. It'll be Ariel Martinez who will get us going, was certainly the most dangerous of the Miami players in that first half. See if he carries it here into the second as we are underway in the second half. I want to thank all of our Business Alliance members. Tonight's Business Alliance members of the match are JCJ Architecture and Lockton Companies. Miami coming out unchanged from that first half. They did make a first half substitute. Deshaun Anglin came on for Pierre da Silva. Otherwise, they line up as such with Connor Sparrow in goal. Right to left on the back four, Janos Loba, Callum Chapman-Page, Paco Craig, and Robert Baggio Casira. The three in midfielder, Junior Palacios, Bolo Akinyode, and now the recently entered Deshaun Anglin. Right to left, a front three up top of Cristiano Francois, Ariel Martinez, and Othello Ba. Though early stages here in the second half, it does seem like Ba and Francois have switched flanks. It's Jeff Caldwell play out here for Hartford. Nice job there by Yunus Boutadi just to let it run. Send Loba the wrong way. Now here's Christian Gomez. Looking to make it 2 wins from 2 on this campaign against Miami Hartford. They still have to play each other 2 more times. Hartford appearing to take their number. These are the first ever meetings between these two clubs. Indeed, in Miami's very short USL history. Barrera now edge of the penalty area, just trying to get a cross away, but you can just see the congestion in the middle of that penalty area, not even stretching the width of that box, the Hartford attackers. Barrera really with nowhere to go to play that cross. Akinyode. Ahead of the season from Birmingham Legion. The best defensive midfielder in the league by Paul Dalglish's club manager. That last name would be familiar. He's the son of Kenny, the Liverpool, Scotland, and Celtic legend.
Here, here.
I know you're a big fan, Devin.
You weren't going to get away with that without
Sir
me
Kenny.
saying something. You knew better.
Also went on to manage the club. Dalglish has worked in the North American game for quite some time. Moved into the youth setup at Houston. And then took over as the coach of Ottawa Fury. Been with Miami for 3 years now. As both coach and technical director. Through their years in NPSL and in ISA. Now here in the USL Championship. Zach Akinyode tried to thread it in behind. And it's gone out for a throw. Seeing forward, the fullback Baggio Casiro will get there on the throw in, and now trying to aid the build up here. Given away though by Anglin. Emerging with it, Gomez has a chance to play a run in behind. He wants to play an Elney, instead splits it out wide here to Tabor Itaka. Tabor Itaka has the offside flag come up against him. He wanted to let it run, and I think the Cameroonian is furious that ball didn't come sooner.
Should have, and with the direct line that is Akinyode, Deshaun Anglin, and Junior Palacios, they are starting to play a higher line with Baggio and Janos Luba in the outside back spot, pumping 5 into the midfield in hopes that Cedeno Rogers will start to pull themselves out of position. Tabor Itaka and Sebastian Elney doing a really good job in the first half of staying in close proximity to Danny Barrera. Now, whether they're shifting side to side or just condensing themselves centrally, that is going to change if Miami FC continue to sit in their current format. That's a really good look at it right now. The problem still arises, Chris, of where is the presence on the interior? Ariel Martinez trying to remain active, but everything's going to come down to the playmaking ability from the outside. You're going to get into one-on-ones. There is still speed, but as you pump numbers forward, you also get compressed into these 2v1s and 3v2s where you're on the wrong side of that argument. Hartford Athletic just adjusting slowly. They're allowing the play to develop to one side or another of the field, slowly drift over, and then step in and apply the pressure.
Challenge cleanly won there in the judgment of the referee by Jessiel Cedena. Now Tabor Itaka will emerge forward. Will slide it out towards Elney. Elney is in here. Here's Elney! Skied it over. The appeals towards the assistant on the near side. He was on in the judgment of the assistant, and Sebastian Elney's effort gone over.
It's a great ball played over, though. Preston Tabor-Itaka head up, drags 3 players with him, and then sees the space. Callan Chapman-Page, once again, the positioning between the 2 center backs tonight, Miami FC struggling heavily with the pace of Hartford Athletic up top.
At times almost looking like a 2 up top. Tabor-Itaka. Cedeno not quite as forward as he was in the early stages of the first half. Now here's Francois. He's certainly an attacking threat of his own. Francois, last year was All-USL second team, playing for Reno 1868. Nice 1-2 there for Martinez. Francois trying to dink it in behind. Lovely, tricky footwork there. Ba was appealing for handball. Couldn't quite settle the touch. And it's claimed there by Caldwell. Tulu. Hartford doing well tonight without Derek Dotson. The loanee from Orlando City has been a key figure in recent matches. Scored in his first professional match. Goal against Red Bulls 2 that led a comeback effort for them to salvage a point. And the following week, scored the winning goal against the Rowdies. Picked up a knock in training, so unavailable tonight for selection. As Baggio Casira trying to get round Cedeno. It will be a goal kick to Hartford Athletic. Don't miss Hartford's next home match right here at Dillon Stadium on August the 4th at 7 p.m. It's the first $2 beer, $1 hot dog night of the season. Go to hartfordathletic.com for tickets and more information. Chance for Luis Silva as well, in charge of the squad. Making the tactical switch. It's like 4-3-1-2 for Hartford. Here's Akinyode. Really is, would appear, on Miami to take the game to Hartford, and with those 2 options up top, in the shape of Sebastian Elney and Preston Tabor-Itaka. There's quite a counter-attacking opportunity on for Hartford should it arise, as Martinez caught on the far side there by Yunus Boudadi, and it will be a free kick to Miami. Hartford are the youngest team in the USL Championship that are not one of the MLS 2 sides. A lot of young players and even a young coach through. Harry Watling normally in charge of the side, 31 years of age. Same age as the oldest player in his team, Annie Barrera.
How's that nightcap conversation for you?
Greg. Behind. That's a good ball there to pick off Francois. Just trying to find an angle here. Leaves it for Baggio Casita towards the byline. Gets the pullback, cross away. Falls for Francois, who skied his effort from 3 yards away. It is a corner, though, as the challenge came in from Tulu. Good work down that left. It starts with a long ball in from Craig.
Well taken out of the air as well. Timed perfectly by Cristiano Francois. Just a little hold up. Recognizes that the run's coming. It's just a bit delayed, and I like the touch around the outside. Tulu has to do better. All he has to do is keep this thing in front of him. Instead gets turned around, and for Baggio, just gets extended away from him. At that point in time, Chris, all you're trying to do is put it back into the danger zone.
As Ba sends it into the penalty area. It's dealt with, though, by Hartford. Will be another throw. But Tulu does make amends, though. He gets the slightest of deflections on that effort from Othello Ba. There's Francois again. Extra touch from Robert Baggio Casira, able to allowing him to whip that ball through. Was a strong performer for Miami FC in their NASL era, particularly the year that won a couple of regular season tournament titles, the spring championship and fall championship. The NASL played in that format. Then picked up a fairly significant knee injury. A long time to recover. Now only just back with Miami FC several years later. Just his second start tonight. He's performed well. First the pace there from Budati to try and press to win it back. Not the initial touch, but settled there by Palacios. Now Callum Chapman-Page, former FC Tulsa. Baggio Casira played in and well tracked in the air there by Jeff Caldwell. Falls to ground with it. Hartford Athletic would like to thank the law offices of Crescenzo DeLuca, serving Wethersfield, Greater Hartford, and Connecticut, with 41 years of experience in immigration and general practice law. Only played out there by Sparrow. Francois. Martinez. Hartford mostly trying to hit on the break. Miami, the bulk of the possession here in this second half.
I would say that these small areas to work with for Miami FC favor their attack, given what we've seen over the past couple of matches, Chris. A team lauded for how quickly they could move in transition, but that's taken a different song for this 5-game stretch. Remember, 4 wins, 1 draw. Their 5-game unbeaten streak only bested by San Diego Loyal in the Western Conference Pacific Division, doing battle tonight with Phoenix Rising. Pittsburgh Riverhounds sitting on 4. And within that, it's become pretty impressive, their understanding of what they're trying to do. And what is it? Patience is a word that's probably thrown around a little bit too much, so I'm not going to use it. It's more problematic, and what I mean by that is it's not a quick off attack going forward. It's not slowed down.
As the corner, or rather free kick, whipped towards the back post, punched away there from Caldwell.
They're willing to step away from some of their best attributes on the front line in Cristiano Francois and Othello Ball. What are those? Move quickly, get them into one-on-ones, give them space, give them speed. What they've done is they slow it down and they just continue to pull. It's like they're poking at a voodoo doll, right? Just sitting and, okay, I'm going to tweak you this way, I'm going to pull you that way. They'll put together 20 passes, 30 passes in a row with 50 touches if it takes that long. Lull you to sleep, and then they can pounce in behind. The great thing about it is, earlier this year, 60, 70-yard stretches. Now you can do it in 6 to 7-yard stretches. The game is starting to take that sort of shape where Hartford Athletic is willing to sit more and more as the match goes on. That actually favors Miami FC, even with the lead for Hartford.
It's going to be a yellow card here, shown by our matchday referee, Matthew Corrigan. Her incident on the halfway line. And it was Budati who was just cleaned out there by Palacios, and Palacios has earned himself a booking.
Doesn't like the call, but there is a tug of approval right there. A little knock on the backside, and then just step in for good measure. Always nice when the North and the South make friends with each other. USL Championship Civil War, right?
Very much indeed. Quite remarkable that these are meant to be regionalized divisions. Miami and Hartford are in the same division.
Yeah, go figure, right?
There's another change here for Miami as Janos Luba will exit here for Sean McFarlane. The 25-year-old's evening is done. The German moved to the U.S. to play college at Fordham. Now it is the Jamaican. And now Luba will exit for Sian McFarland.
Just out of sorts for Janos Luba tonight in their attack, moving from left back over to the right with the addition of Baggio into the team sheet. The 11 for Miami FC. A bunch of changes in terms of personnel, but tactically some tweaks for sure, especially with the loss of Pierre da Silva and the way that the second half is set up. Jeff Caldwell, how good has he been this year? Probably one of the more underappreciated goalkeepers in the USL Championship. Drafted out of the University of Virginia Galnavach product. So many these days. No appearances for NYCFC as he did go on loan with Memphis 901 FC. Not a bad mentor to have with the former Secretary of Defense and Tim Howard as one of your learning points, right?
Very much indeed. And last year was with the New England Revolution in MLS. He had a chance to feature. Matt Turner, now the U.S. #1 of the Gold Cup. Between the sticks for the Revs. As Cedeno felt like he was caught there. Referee kept the whistle in his mouth, but blow. It's given away there by Tulu. But doing that covering, defending just to make amends for him there was Budati. Akinyote strongly winning the header there for Francois. Booted out. Cameraman took it in stride. It's a little round of applause there from the supporters.
Well, thumbs up too.
Hartford Athletic is proud to team with local health plan Connecticut to support food security in Connecticut. Connecticut is celebrating 40 years of caring for the health of our communities. Sian McFarland. Sparrow. And now a change coming here as Jessiel Cedeno will make way. Conor Mcglynn will enter here. A regular starter in that central midfield area. Was discovered in the club's open tryouts ahead of 2020. And Middle Village, New York. Come on here as a sub for Cedeno. In his first start, how do you feel like he performed, Devin?
It's not bad, to be honest. Consistent, for sure. To be fair, don't really feel like the middle was overly threatened. So defensively, yes, they were able to hold shape. But at the same point in time, no one from Miami FC is really willing to take the reins and run at anybody, are they? Sort of taking what's being given to you, and for everything in the first half that was the outside of the field, they're starting to poke a little bit. We talked about the flatness of their shape on the inside. That basically plays into the hands of Hartford Athletic. What you're looking for here is the width of Baggio, previously Luba, now McFarland, to start to mess with that. So would have been interesting to see Cedeno as the game progressed on, how he would have handled it, but for the 60-plus minutes, not too bad.
Martinez. Akinyote. Francois trying to turn away from pressure. Finding Akinyote does manage to make Gomez keep possession. Francois trying to get the beating on the byline. He's still on Francois, just trying to fizz it across. You can see Barrera just kind of urging calm as he laid it off there for Lara to get rid. Tabor Ditaka trying to find Elney. It's out here for a throw. Visit HartfordAthletic.com to see our pub partners and make sure to pay them a visit. Support our local restaurants and bars. This year, our pub partners include City Steam Brewery in Hartford and TK's in Danbury. Under some pressure here, Rogers. Conor McGlynn, if he can emerge with the ball. McGlynn does eventually come onto it there. Caldwell just getting rid, and Miami trying to keep Hartford hemmed in. Now Barrera trying to pick it out and behind towards Tabor Itaka has to try and judge the bounce, but it's Baja Casira who did. Mounted it back to his keeper, Connor Sparrow.
Eventually, Chris, they're going to have to take a chance here. Add one more player into the mix and step up a little bit higher. So we've already seen it in terms of the way that they're willing to build with the additions of Baggio and now McFarland into that midfield three. The problem is it has become so slow that it's still easy for Hartford Athletic to sit behind. Now, I will say that can Christian Gomez hold the same shape that Jasil Cedeno did, as Conor McGlynn will now drop underneath he and Rogers within that midfield three. But with Sion McFarland, I would expect him to immediately start to attack going forward.
Pocket of space here for Budati. He tries the cross into the penalty area for Tabor Itaka. Nice back heel for McGlynn, who caught it cleanly, and he's picked out the corner with a sumptuous strike. What a hit from Conor McGlynn. And Hartford, against a run of play, have doubled their lead.
Everybody's going to think about the 59th minute goal and the 7-0 drubbing against Red Bull 2. I'm going to tell you right now, this is right there with it. Quality from distance, easy to get this off the mark or up over the top. But the class that is Conor McGlynn on full display. Cheeky little back heel. Slipped right through to Conor McGlynn. Head down, laces in. Bottom corner for Conor McGlynn.
And it's Hartford, 2 goals to the good. Another assist for Barrera. Now on 7 on this season to go with his 4 goals. Extending his lead as the club's all-time leading assist getter in the top 4 in the USL Championship all-time in assists. Rapidly ascending that table as well.
He sits alone third now. 39. Solomon Asante and Canardo Forbes have officially been put on notice. Don't poke the sleeping dragon.
And now Hartford have done a lot of defending since going 1-0 up. Added to their lead. They've had a few opportunities. And a week ago, Harry Watling was telling us that he felt like they passed better than they had all year against Charleston, but that Charleston were just better in both boxes. And I think the reverse can be true tonight. They've been brilliant in build-up, but they've been clinical in both boxes. Gomez trying to play the 1-2 there with Tabor Itaka. Intervention there from Chapman Page.
It's pretty interesting to hear the different viewpoints of how that match went against the Charleston Battery. I heard some people say Hartford got throttled. I would actually disagree with that statement. It took them about 25, 30 minutes just to get going. At the end of the first half, they looked great. The problem was they were behind. Another goal nicked by Charleston Battery into the second half, and then once again they go down 2-0, and all of a sudden Hartford Athletic starts playing again. This is a team that, from an emotional standpoint, Harry Watling does such a good job with he and his staff at halftime. Chris, he was talking to us about it that, just recently down 2-0 against Red Bull 2, they weren't looking for a way to get back into the game. They were looking for a way to go win it. And that's the sort of passion that this club saw in their manager.
Both center backs joining the attack as Chapman Page is among the targets. Martinez trying to go up forward. Awkwardly away there from Janjigian, but managed to find Barrera, who wants to start the break. Can find Sebastian Elney. Needs some support. Well, it turns either way, and certainly fooled Paco Craig with that. McGlynn, though, caught in the middle. Nicely out of his feet there by Deshaun Anglin. Francois. Just somebody needing help, and Gomez giving him the lifeline by stepping in there to try and win it back. It will be a free kick.
Things are going to continue to open up within this match because Miami FC have to start to take some of those chances. Got to add more numbers to the attack, be more expansive, and more importantly, where's the quality that we've seen over the previous 5 games? Remember, 2 wins over what most people think of as one of the best teams in the entire USL Championship, the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Haven't really seen much of that here tonight. Still 20 minutes to get back into it, and why not from a set-piece opportunity?
As Martinez has the strike towards goal, it's a good lunging save across there from Caldwell. He certainly is capable, Martinez, from that kind of range, but Caldwell equal to it.
Only the 3rd one on the night for Jeff Caldwell, but that's why you go get him.
That's poked across there from Chapman Page. It was an opportunity for Miami to take down in that penalty area, but dealt with by Hartford. A left-footed effort comes in, and Caldwell was alert to it, diving the other direction. Oh, was going wide, though, from the Liberian.
Notice the intent, though, Chris. Finally, energy. Energy to go after the game, to show off some of that individual skill. More importantly, band together and build. 2-3-man show moving forward. No longer is it this slow, methodical build. They have a good idea of the space that they can attack, but more importantly, they're finally stepping into it and doing it at pace.
Chicken just hoofing away. Westfield Bank is proud to support Hartford Athletic and all they do to make our communities better. Need more convenience from your bank at Westfield Bank? You can bank your way. Learn more at westfieldbank.com. Martinez. His left-footed effort is saved by Jeff Caldwell, as busy as he's been all match. That's 2 or 3 minutes. Into 2 saves and another full extension dive, preserving his clean sheet for the moment. Trying to get round Lara. Lunges in to poke it away for a corner. Ba's corner is sent in, it's come through. Out the other side. Now Craig. Hartford's set-piece defending has been pretty strong. Maggio Casita trying to play the 1-2, delayed his run, but can't keep it in play there. Is it poked out for a corner? It is indeed. Able just to keep it in there was Lara, or rather Budati. And another corner. Another Bank of America corner here for Miami FC. Continue to try and press on. Taken down by Palacios. Francois back up on his feet. Now try and get the beating here of Tulu. Laid off here for Palacios. Lofted towards Chapman Page, who sends a header through the penalty area. It's a couple of headers. It's Chapman Page onto the post. Craig still fighting for it, but the whistle had gone. Janjigian is having a go here at a few of his teammates for how there's so much space there for so many headers across his own box. There's a couple of changes here. Junior Palacios and Othello Ba will make way for Anisha Reed and Billy Forbes. Billy Forbes, the Turks and Caicos international. Come on for his 9th substitute appearance of the year.
This is the change for Miami FC that we expected in the first half with the departure of Pierre da Silva. And Anisha Reed stepping in, Martinez sliding back in. Made you look for Baggio.
The referee just having a quick word with him as well.
Always love it when referees get involved in this situation. Bit of gamesmanship. The boys have some fun. Chris, would you stop the match if you were a ref?
Play on for me.
There you go. Attaboy. Let the boys have a little fun, right? Of course, it's when they end up down the tunnel together that things get in trouble.
Gotta cool the temperatures while you can. A lot of clearing, only as far though as Budati. Recognize some pressure. Did he keep it in play? He did. Judgment of the assistant on the near side. Now a chance to break here. Gomez is Tabor Itaka running in behind. He'll try and slide it in towards him. Craig is there. Managed to poke it away. And he'll keep it in play as well. Now the referee will stop play. A little bit of a coming together in the heart of the box between Elney and Callum Chapman-Page, and the whistle did sound for a free kick.
It's going to be much more direct here with 15 minutes to go. Miami FC chasing this match now. Francois, Adonijah Reed, and Billy Forbes, as now Luis Silva barking his orders to the boys in blue and green on the field with their change that he's going to take out with Niarma Ashidi.
And Christian Gomez will make way. Niarma Ashidi, the 21-year-old Ghanaian, come in, began his pro career in Ghana at the age of 15. The names of the clubs that he played for in Ghana: Still Believe FC.
You're welcome.
And Dreams FC.
Thank you. Dreams FC has actually produced quite a few products over here in the States. I know that's one of the organizations that the likes of YFC and Philadelphia Union have poached a couple of players out of.
Our partner Dayhill Dome is holding a fundraiser to support St. Baldrick's Foundation to fight pediatric cancer. To learn more and support, go to hartfordathletic.com/foundation. Now Barrera, as both managers using their allotment of substitutions to try and change this one. Sian McFarland going down on the far side. Martinez. Laid down there by McFarland. Able to find, though, the run there of Francois. Now Mcglynn. Hartford have been mostly just holding their shape at the back in this second half. Done so admirably. Now Tabor Itaka maybe add to their lead here. Budati streaking and instead took it on himself, Tabor Itaka. And frustration from the Belgian.
It's not the decision you wanted there with Yunus Budati wide open on the back post. Notice how quickly, though, even with the 2-goal lead, Chris, they immediately retreat.
Now sliding behind here. Here's Elney. Can make amends for his earlier miss. He's fired it into the side netting. Sebastian Elney has had a couple of decent chances to add to the Hartford lead. That one gone begging again.
Just one too many touches here for Sebastian Elney. Doesn't need to take this last one and then hit the ball. Moves it much further away from the goal of Connor Sparrow. Cuts his angle down. That's a striker who's just looking for the quality right now in front of net and lacking.
And here is a look at that opportunity. It was a good win in the middle there by Ashiti. And then in behind there for Elney.
Just run onto it and hit it. Put your head down, pick out that bottom corner. Connor Sparrow's natural progression in the net is going to be shifting to that left side. Use it to your advantage. Use your hips, swing back across the ball, go after him.
Heels for offside will be unheard here. Here's Tabor Itaka. Firing it into the advertising board in behind the goal. And again, the offside flag never came to the aid of Paco Craig as Rogers was making that darting run in behind and was onside in the judgment of the assistant. Good chances for Hartford. Go a long way towards sealing the 3 points. As it is, Miami need a couple of goals. Can they get one here through Forbes? Nice sliding effort in there from Budati. Hartford Athletic would like to thank Fresh Bev, the official cocktail mixer of Hartford Athletic. Devin will be going for his Fresh Bev after the commentary tonight. Kasira gone down. It's going to be a free kick right on the edge of the penalty area. And putting the challenge in there was Niarma Ashitian. Dangerous. dangerous challenge there. Can make an argument it was a penalty, but the referee has awarded a free kick.
This was really close. How close is it? Just outside the top of the 18. Tight-knit spaces. Baggio, great touch. Where's the contact? Right there. Well done by the referee. It's just outside, and that is by the thin of your chinny chin. Remember, it's the initial contact. He gets hit a couple of times here, but the first little glimpse of pressure on the backside of Baggio is just outside the box.
And it will be a free kick here. Baggio Kasira is trotting off here following the contact. I think there's some more appeals. Here's another look at it.
It's really close, Chris, but right there, that left foot.
But there's another kick in here with the right.
But remember, it's the first one.
Sure. As the free kick will be swung in towards that back post there by the substitute Reed. And Adonijah Reed sees his effort skied out for a goal kick. Hartford Athletic would like to thank our founding partner, Stanley Black & Decker. Stay tuned each week for the Stanley Innovative Play of the Game. Hartford with a little bit of a let-off there. Certainly for the Ghanaian Ashiti. Budadi. Played up there towards Elney. And I think Budadi was caught. That two ball in behind, and it's going to be a yellow shown here to Adonijah Reed. It's a couple tonight for Miami FC with Palacios, who came off as a sub, seeing yellow earlier. Hartford still maintain their 2-goal advantage, acquired on 30 minutes through Alex Lara. Conor Mcglynn added to it with a fantastic fizzing effort on 67 minutes, both assisted by Danny Barrera. He's now got 7 assists here in 2021. And Hartford, without their manager, without their star player in the last couple of matches, on their way to another victory here in 2021.
That'll take Danny Barrera top of the table for assists within the USL Championship. 3rd all-time, sitting on 39. Sort of a resurgence for Danny Barrera here in the Northeast and the club that is Hartford Athletic.
Forbes thought he won it cleanly there off Budadi, but it will be a free kick. And Barrera passing Solomon Asante and Mishi Galina, who are top of the USL Championship on assists. Asante has 6 on the year, and Galina has 6 as well. Now Barrera on 7. Now Tabor Itaka. Hartford keeping numbers behind the ball even as they attack here. Tabor Itaka, peel back for Barrera, who tried to go for a 3rd assist rather than a 1st goal. And just left it there for Miami to win it back. Now Martinez trying to go forward, and not for the first time tonight. A couple of nice challenges, and Budadi celebrating his own efforts there. Saying, you're not getting past me.
A bit surprised for Danny Barrera and the craftsman that is the midfielder wearing the number 10 shirt for Hartford Athletic that he's going to have a go at this. It's a great little touch and an idea from Hartford Athletic inside the top of the 18, but to be honest, shocked that he didn't have a strike on net. Three's Company would have definitely been the end for Miami FC if he puts this one in the back of the net.
Now for the Miami captain Martinez, an opportunity here at the free kick. And it's Martinez lofted towards the back post. Chapman Page trying to direct it towards goal. Come off of Niarma Ashiti last. And it will go on for a corner as a change being prepared here. As Sebastian Elney is It's going to be marshaled off at the nearest exit. Matthew Corrigan catching him before he can delay the game a bit. Elney. And coming on will be Bradford Jamison IV, who's back and fit for this Hartford team. I think his second sub appearance of the year. Came through at the LA Galaxy. It's lofted into the penalty area, punched away there initially from Caldwell. Cleared further still up towards Tabor Itaka. Francois. Miami try and find a route back into it. Reed unable to get it round the defender, but was at the very least forced the concession of a corner. Miami would like a goal quickly here. Just give themselves the chance to win a point back. Forbes lofting towards the back post. Baggio Kazira had it read, and he's forced to his own goal there, Caldwell, who stays on the ground. Baggio and Craig were in there, and Caldwell stayed down here. Whistle sounded, and he wasn't pleased with the contact that came late when Caldwell had pretty clearly claimed.
Just a scare that he actually hit his head on the post. It looks like it's his shoulder or hip. Obviously, you don't want either, but the fact that it's not a head injury, very good for the goalkeeper. Well done in traffic, by the way. There's not much to it in terms of contact with the actual physical goalpost. It's more just bodies being thrown at him. Little follow through here as the back post run of Baggio gets in the way.
It will be a free kick for Hartford, who just see out the final moments here. Hartford Athletic would like to extend a special thanks to our partner, Cone Resnick. Sparrow. Up next for Miami, return home to Ricardo Silva Stadium and take on Charleston Battery. Hartford will try and see if they can move to the top of the division as they travel away to Pittsburgh. And on Bob Lilly's side, imagine that Harry Watling will be ready to go, recover from his bout with COVID. Miami's Paul Dalglish had to miss a bit of time with a positive COVID test as well. He too fine, recovering from some minor symptoms. Both coaches vaccinated. As was lofted away there. Ashiti. It will be a free kick here for Hartford. Hartford Athletic is proud to team up with Stop and Shop and all of our community efforts as we work year-round in the fight against food insecurity. Tabor Itaka actually able to keep possession. Just want to string some passes together here, Hartford, but pressure will arrive. Actually away there from pressure there by Ashiti, and Tulu just playing it back to his own keeper. McGlynn doesn't want to peek over his shoulder just to make sure he can get his head up in behind towards Bradford Jamison, but too far in behind. And into the final minute of the 90. Hartford remain up by 2-0. Looking for their 7th win overall, their 3rd win at home on the campaign. Baggio. Nice through ball in towards Forbes, who tries the square ball. And Caldwell always had the right angle to get there first, and he claims. Managed to hang on to the 0 on the scoreboard. It'll be a 5th clean sheet in 12 starts here for Caldwell. On and on for Akinyote. Lifts it up here. Chapman Page has stayed forward. Here's Francois with the opportunity. It's well struck as well. And save from Caldwell, who's done everything to keep his clean sheet tonight and forces a corner there.
He's got the better portion of about 75 minutes for Jeff Caldwell. Only one save to his name. Those stats are rapidly rising, and in dramatic fashion, Jeff Caldwell on the near post, the challenge on the back post from distance. Once again, the goalkeeper for Hartford Athletic keeping the 0 on the scoreboard. Chris, I gotta say, understand that there's still a little bit of time here for Hartford Athletic, but they have been extremely impressive in their performance here tonight.
And we are in Brignolle Vineyard stoppage time. There'll be a minimum of 6 minutes to be added on. Baggio. Angle over there. Reed. There's Reed earning a free kick. He will whip in the free kick that he won into the box. It's over there from Forbes. Another chance gone begging. Caldwell has made 5 saves tonight. It's been a strong performance, particularly in the latter stages of the second half. He sends it clear. One in the air there by Jamieson, but out for a throw-in. Don't miss Hartford Athletics' next home match right here at Dillon Stadium on August the 4th at 7 p.m. It's Hartford's first $2 beer, $1 hot dog night of the season. Go to hartfordathletic.com for tickets and more information. Baggio. Lining up the cross here. Whipped in easily, dealt with there by Thomas Janjigian. And now Barrera wants to spring a break out towards Tabor Itaka. And Sparrow just tries to volley it forward. A bit dangerous, but no fellow green shirts there to help out. Barrera's press unsuccessful. And it's in behind here towards Billy Forbes. His left-footed delivery goes flashing through that penalty area. It was a good one, and it was actually the center back. I think it's just permanently stayed forward here, Callum Chapman Page, who couldn't get to it first.
At this point in time for Miami FC, they'll do anything just to get a little bit lucky on the offensive side. Has not been great for them tonight. Again, you really have to tip your hat to the direction that was given to the squad prior to the match. Of course, Harry Watling, his entire staff. Luis Silva is the one who heads that up on the sideline tonight here. Beautiful shape defensively. They've really done well moving forward as well. Haven't exactly taken full advantage of all of their opportunities, though. Efficient. One of the teams that statistically seems to stand out in really every category. And I said to you coming in, Chris, what is Hartford Athletic? Because we've seen so many different looks for them, sometimes to a fault. Can they be a team who, when another squad tips their hand, can they step right into that and just slug back, fight fire with fire? The answer was yes tonight. Hartford Athletic knew exactly what was going to come at them. They knew that Miami FC was going to sit deeper, that they were going to have to exude more patience than previous matches. The most efficient team in the entire USL Championship, Hartford Athletic, 25% conversion rate. Hasn't always happened in the big games. It's been up, it's been down in terms of results. They've gone 4 unbeaten, they've gone back-to-back wins. All of that happened earlier this season. And after the drubbing that was Charleston Battery 3-1, as some would call it, I actually think they weren't given enough credit. And no, it wasn't great, but to respond in this fashion, where it slowly comes at you, you don't necessarily know when the opportunities are going to come, but you take advantage of them. Kudos all around. Beautifully done by Hartford Athletic.
Another yellow card issued there by referee Matthew Corrigan as Craig went in for the challenge. It'll be a free kick to Hartford here on halfway. The other game in the division tonight was Tampa Bay Rowdies entertaining Loudoun United. They lead by 2-0. Aaron Guillen and Leo Fernandez with the goals there. So the Rowdies will get back to winning ways and will go top of the division as things stand on goal difference. Level on points with Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh having played a game more. But Hartford will have a chance to compete towards the top of the division with a win next week away at Pittsburgh. And all those games in hand. Opportunity remains for them to climb up the table. It's a good punch away there again from Caldwell. Is there another break on here for Hartford? Barrera leading a 3v3 break, trying to slide it in for Tabor Itaka, but Akinyode, always such a strong presence. Let's just snuff that out before it becomes 3. Miami will try and chase a consolation goal, but the result about in the bag is Baggio's crosses, again dealt with by Caldwell, and putting the bow on the end of a brilliant performance from the Hartford Athletic keeper. And Hartford here headed for another victory. It's clear there from Caldwell. Taka almost got there ahead of Sparrow as he just volleys away. Added on time to added on time. We're in now. Crowd doing their whistles. They're ready to celebrate all 3 points, but still one chance left to deal with here. It's going to be a corner. Adonijah Reed was trying to keep it. Baggio Casira just lost his footing there by the corner. Bank of America corner in the 98th minute here as they chase a consolation goal here, Miami FC. In towards the near post. And there is the full-time whistle. Hartford Athletic back to winning ways as they bounce back from a defeat at Charleston to beat Miami FC by 2-0. Hartford with the goals from Alex Lara and Conor Mcglynn, and it is on that second goal they'll bring your innovative play of the match, brought to you by Stanley Black & Decker. Devin Kerr.
2 goals on the season. First one, magic against New York Red Bull 2 in a 7-0 win. That was the second half, but this time around, masterclass from Conor Mcglynn, the substitute from distance, 67th minute, bottom corner, textbook strike from the midfielder.
Now it's the second for Hartford as they've beaten Miami FC by 2-0. Now level on points with Miami with 3 games in hand. When we come back to bring you our full-time reactions and our full-time highlights as well. It's on this night. It's finished. Hartford Athletic 2, Miami FC 0. Hartford Athletic beat Miami FC on the night by 2-0. Lara and Mcglynn, the goal scorers for the home side. We get their 7th victory in 12 games on this night. So let's get into our full-time highlights. Chris Whittingham, Devin Kerr here, rounding things out. And Devin, let's get into the goals, starting first on 30 minutes.
Simple ball just whipped to the back post. Set piece opportunity goes awry for Danny Barrera, but he doesn't hit the panic button. Understands that he's still got those big bodies. Sends it all the way to the backside. Well done by the defender, Alex Lara. You've got Jinjigian in there as well. Good little touch in, and they're out and running. Fast forward to the second half. The ball whipped in after the switch from left back to right for Budati. Once again, Danny Barrera. So calming that presence is on the midfield for Hartford Athletic. Just a little touch in behind. And Conor Mcglynn from distance stays down the entire way. It's actually quite difficult to not just put this on frame, but keep it that low to ground. There would be fight back from the visitors. Miami FC, can they find at least one? The answer was no. Paco Craig, as this thing came right back through, thought maybe Callan Chapman-Page could help him out. Denied by the woodwork.
And it was a remarkable header there from Chapman-Page, who might have been offside there on the diving header, or Craig might have been dangerous with the overhead kick. Either way, it was gone begging. It's a 5th clean sheet in 12 for Hartford, who take all 3 points on this night. For our tremendous USL crew and my broadcast partner, Devin Kerr, I'm Chris Whittingham signing off as Hartford have beaten Miami by 2-0.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.